because we feel that there is an opportunity here for the U.S. to become competitive in aquaculture with the type of production systems that we've been seeing earlier. There's an opportunity to brand our product. Next slide, please. So we did a little bit of an evaluation back when I was still director of the Indiana program to look at, well, what's the opportunity here to look at local product branded. This is a survey we did of restaurants. 68% of the restaurants we interviewed said they would prefer a branded product, and when we asked their likeliness to actually purchase a product, the blue column here is just locally raised. This column here is branded locally raised. And you put that brand on it, and you can see for every type of species we looked at, the interest is significantly increased if we brand that some type of locally raised type of brand. Next slide, please. We saw the exact same thing in a grocery store, except even the higher percentage were interested in it, 87%. I think that's largely because of the country of origin labeling laws that grocery stores are required to follow. But we saw the same trend with increased interest if it's a branded product. So we know the demand is there. Next slide, please. So the way the soybean industry works is they have this program. It's called the checkoff program. When a soybean farmer goes and sells their soybeans at the elevator, 0.5% of those proceeds go in this checkoff program. And each state that produces soybeans, half of that money stays in state. The other half goes to a national organization called the United Soybean Board. We've been funding aquaculture work since we started back in 1991, but it hasn't been very focused. We've been doing a lot of projects, not coordinating. So over the last year, we decided if we're really going to impact this industry and help aquaculture, domestic aquaculture grow, we need to start working directly with industry. We need to coordinate our efforts, and we also need to start working directly with our other stakeholders, government agencies, working directly with USDA, and there's no one from NOAA here today, but working directly with them to coordinate our efforts and start focusing in on domestic aquaculture and how are we going to see this industry increase. That led to the formation of the organization I now am representing, the Soy Aquaculture Alliance. We are currently going through a strategic planning phase to really look in and see these are the type of projects we need to focus on if we're going to advance domestic aquaculture. Next slide, please. So I kind of already went over the slide before I even brought it up. The strategic plan we are currently developing should be done here within the next couple of months, and then we will hit the ground running and start funding projects and start moving forward. Just kind of, one more slide. Just to give you an idea of what we're looking at, through the last year and a half, we've been working with all these different stakeholders to put together a list of goals that we need to attack if we're going to advance this industry. I don't expect you to read through all this, but this is that list of goals. As you see, there's a lot there that needs to be done. We're going through the process right now of prioritizing these and figuring out which one of these the various stakeholders need to focus on if we're going to move forward with this industry. And for that, I'll take any questions. Yeah?
How much soybeans, U.S. soybeans going into China is used in that?
How much U.S. soybeans going into China are used in aquaculture? I think the estimate is about 3 million metric tons. The total Chinese soy usage is about 6 million metric tons, and U.S. supplies about half of that. It's a huge number.
I've heard about 40% of the imported soybeans go to aquaculture. And interestingly, I think the soybean exports just about balance the trade deficit in soybean and seafood imports. It's about $10 billion.
Is this going to be a soy component, or will there be some corn kind of merged in with that too? I mean, certainly corn.
We built this to be incredibly flexible. If that is something that the corn organization decide is going to be a target of their strategic plan moving forward, we built this so they can join us. We actually built this so industry can join and help us out. And a couple of you guys here today are interested in joining, so I don't want to, put the cart ahead of the horse, but we're hoping to get more industry involved.
Is that what you meant on your goal? One of your goals was enhanced feed technology. Is that what that?
Yeah, there's a lot that needs to go into that. You heard about the larval diets. That's one of the things that needs to be done. That's would fit into that enhanced feed technology. There's another whole line of work that's being done to develop specific lines of soybeans just for aquaculture. Non-GMO soybeans that we think would be very favorable for the European market. And all the work that's been done with these new line of soybeans up to this point has been incredible. A lot of people are calling it the silver bullet for aquaculture. Yeah.
Just want to, I may have confused people. It's make sure that there's no contradiction between your presentation and mine. I was focused on the marine species. So when I quoted the American, aquaculture species, I did the marine species. Of course, catfish is in freshwater and yellowfish is there, and tilapia and so on in the freshwater.
But I didn't know. Were you asking what was number one producer, number one consumption?
Yeah,
Producer.
I've been produced.
Okay.
Hey, Steve?
Yeah.
In conjunction with any GMO development, will there be a prescribed certification process that will flow from field to grain silo, basically through the feed chain up to the aquaculturist?
I don't think it'll necessarily be a certification process, but the company that's developing this new line it's an IP product, so they are building that into their process. I mean, they control it from field to silo.
So is the aquaculturist just stepping out trying to get a certification? We all know that at this point, FDA, USDA will not make a decision on whether or not a fish is organic, and my belief is that it all ties back into the sourcing of the feed.
Yeah, I mean, if that was a priority for a producer to use a non-GMO feed, and they were to use this type of soybean, I'm sure you could build that into a certification process. Because it all has to be separate. This is key for this company. One of their key markets is going to be the Norwegian salmon industry. And for them, they do have to build that process into their marketing component because it has to be non-GMO for that industry.
All right, Steve, we appreciate it very much. Thank you very much.